Good afternoon, U.S. history students. Welcome to week 5 of online instruction. Today we're going to be talking about the topic for this week is school shooting. So this is the agenda for today. You should have already finished the warm-up on CNN 10. Remember, all you have to do is click on the link and summarize 2 stories for the daily news broadcast. We're going to take a couple notes, not that long, on what were some of the most famous school shootings that have happened in America in the last 20 years. So we're going to look at a couple of real life events on that topic. Then you're going to use that information to analyze sources on the digital gallery walk. So you are going to be able to look at different sources of possible solutions to the mass shooting problem. We're not just going to look at the shootings. We're going to try to find a solution to this very serious problem. So that at the end, you're able to tell me or rank which of the solutions that we talked about do you think is the most effective, is going to be working the most. So we're going to be talking about that today. Okay. So we're in Unit 8, the modern era. The years that we're dealing with is 1999 all the way to today. So we're going to go all the way back to 1999 all the way to today. Our objective for today is historians will understand the problem of school shootings in America through notes, video, analysis, and digital gallery walk in order to explore possible solutions. You're going to be looking at notes, video, and the gallery walk sources to explore possible solutions for school shootings in America. So we're going to try to find a solution to this very, very serious problem today. The essential question you're going to keep in the back of your mind is, what are some actions that could help stop school shootings in the United States? So you're going to keep that question in the back of your mind. All right, so we're going to talk about 3 major school shootings that have happened in American history. Obviously, these are not the only ones, as you guys have seen in the sources, but these are one of the most famous ones that have been recorded time and time again in modern American history. So the Columbine High School. Columbine is a high school in Colorado where 13 people were killed on April 20th, 1999. The shooters were identified as Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, who are 17 and 18 years old, who used semi-automatic and shotguns to shoot up their high school called Columbine. At Columbine High School in Littleton, Colorado, 2 teens went on a shooting spree before turning their guns on themselves and committing suicide. So they shot up a school where they thought that they were being bullied and they wanted the school and the students to pay. After going on that shooting spree, they committed suicide and turning the gun on themselves. The Columbine shooting was at that time in 1999 the worst high school shooting in U.S. history. There had never been such high casualties, 13 killed, many more injured, than that Columbine shooting in 1999. This prompted a national debate on gun control and school safety. So because of what happened in Columbine, a lot of cities and governments and school administrators started to think of ways so that this never happens again. The next mass shooting that we're going to talk about, this is another problem. This one did not happen in a high school, but rather in a college, in the Virginia Polytech Institute. In this shooting, 32 people were killed on April 2007. The shooter was identified as Sean Q. Cho with a semi-automatic gun, a similar gun to the Columbine shooting. Cho was ordered to seek mental health treatment for making suicidal remarks. So he had mental health problems, and his counselor or somebody tried to get him help to put him on a treatment to make him feel better. While he was in the mental health treatment program, he was able to still buy a gun online, and because he now had access to this weapon, he, on April 2007, started shooting up his campus before taking his own life. The Virginia Polytech Institute, was the deadliest mass shooting on a college campus at that time. Again, it sparked the national debate on gun control. So again, people were talking about this problem with school shootings. And the last one that we're going to talk about, another mass shooting, which is a lot more recent, was the Stoneman Douglas High School school shooting. It happened on February 14 on Valentine's Day. 17 people were killed in February 14, 2018. The shooter was identified as Nicholas Cruz with an AR-15, which is a type of gun. Several armed deputies were on campus during the shooting, including a Florida policeman. But they waited outside on campus during the school shooting, but waited outside during this when this was happening, and they did not confront the shooter. So there was security and police on campus, but they did not intervene. A week after the shooting, thousands of students protested for gun restrictions outside of the White House. Trump is advocating, because of the shooting, he started advocating for teachers to carry guns in order to protect the school. So now that we talked about these 3 mass shootings, Columbine, Virginia Tech, and Stoneman Douglas, you now see the problem. There's hundreds and thousands of examples of shootings just like this. What you're going to do now is, we're not going to talk about the problem. We know what the problem is. We know what the result is. We're going to talk about possible solutions of how to solve this problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to participate in a digital gallery walk where we're going to be looking at 8 sources, at 8 possible solutions to this gun problem. What you need to do is you're going to click on each source and you're going to summarize what each source is arguing or trying to say this is a solution for. And you're going to summarize the main idea in 2 to 3 sentences. So not a lot. Just basically tell me, what is this source telling me and what is the solution that they're proposing. Just summarize it in 2 to 3 sentences. After you read all 8 sources, you're going to rank the solutions in order. So which of the 8 that were presented, which of the 8 sources do you think is going to be the most effective in stopping school shootings? All of these 8 sources are solutions that have been proposed to in real life. These are solutions that people have said will work to stop mass school shootings in the United States. You're going to reflect on why you categorize the solution in that order and answer the questions. And that's basically it. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to stop by during my office hours, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1:30 p.m.